I'm gonna start with the crust. Oh my gosh, look up in there. Can you see in there? I can see you out the other end of it, Shan, I can. You know, by the time it would take you to get in the car, go to the store, get one of them frozen pizzas that's a stuffed crust and bring it back, you could have done made this 5-minute crust, put your topping on it, put it in the oven, and already had it before they ever get back from the store. That's how quick and easy this recipe really is. But before we get to that, and oh, how me and Shan and all the pups love some pizza, we have a really special thing that come to us in the mail this last week, and I'm so honored to have it. Julie and Craig, they sent this to us, and oh my gosh, don't it be looking good, Shan? I mean, so where is the Mage at?
He's over.
Mage, get over here, buddy. We gotta do a little comparison here, bud. Now, don't y'all think that is a great picture of the little schnauzer here? We are so honored to have that. We are. Don't be growling, you know it's good. And we thank all our fans for letting us come into your living rooms, wherever you might be watching those videos, because y'all are truly family to us. But let's get to making pizza because I'm ready to go. The thing that I really judge pizza by is the crust. I mean, sure, you can have cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, meat lovers pizza, but it's all about the crust to me. How does it hold up? Is it crispy? And I do like really thin and crispy, but in a stuffed crust, I like to make it just a little bit thicker. But today we're gonna start out with 2 cups of flour. To that, we're gonna add some onion powder. Then we're gonna have us some garlic powder, about the same amount, which is about that much. And Italian seasoning. I use it in a lot of lasagnas and everything else if we're sort of in a hurry. And we have made pizza on ranches a lot, me and Shan, especially for me and her. The first night you set up or you go in there and it's just me and her. And we would make pizza because, folks, it is the easiest thing in the world to cook in a Dutch oven. A little bit of salt. And people was asking me in the video not long ago, how come you don't throw some over your shoulder? Well, we did today.
Isn't that only if you spill it?
Well, I don't know if it's because you spill it or not, but people was telling me if you put some and throw it over your shoulder, it'll land in the devil's eyes and keep him away from you. So we're gonna mix all that up really well. We have a stick of melted butter. And to that, about, I'd say, nearly a half a cup of warm water. Now, we're just gonna get a spoon and go to folding that in gradually till we can get us here in a little dough ball here in a minute. If you think you need a little more water when you start, go ahead on, put you some more in there, because one thing I don't want is I don't want a dry pizza dough, because we got to work this a little. I can already tell that we're probably gonna maybe need just a little water, so I'm gonna give it a little sprinkling. And remember, that is warm water. And just go ahead and get your hands in it, go to work in it, because we got to get us a ball of dough in there. You can see as you stretch it apart there, it's still pretty wet. Let's get us a floured board, get it out there. I don't know where culinary is today, so we're gonna put it up there. Here's a cutting board right here. Put you a little flour down. When you pull this apart, you can see there's some elasticity to it, and it's pretty wet in there. You want to keep it to about that, because we're not going to do a whole lot more to it besides get us a little flour on it. I like to take it, we're just going to work it just a little. I like to take it like a mushroom. Just keep rolling it over the top, bringing it back under, roll it over the top, bring it back under. What do we call this besides a rolling pin? You in the back row over by Duker. Yes, a husband trainer is what it is. Duker is taking a little sunshine in. Just mash it with that rolling pin till you can get it down there to where you want it, and then let's go to rolling. And you can sing a song or anything you want while you're doing this. Rolling down the river, that was a pretty good song. Keep them doggies rolling, rawhide. Do you know, Shan, that was my nickname when I was a little child?
Good.
Rawhide. But this is gonna make 1 pizza crust. Now, today I'm gonna cook this in a 12-inch Dutch oven. You could use a 12-inch skillet. You could cook this on one of them pizza stones in the oven. And if you're doing it in the house, go ahead and preheat that oven to 400 degrees, because we want that thing hot to where it don't gotta cook long. And I'm gonna roughly roll out this pizza dough to about 14 inches. You have to have string cheese, mozzarella string cheese. So to me, it looks like them deals you used to load in them little air guns and then you pump them up and they shoot. What do you think, Big? They got childproof labels on them and it says peel here, but I don't know where that's at. So we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way and just cut these open. I hope. Well,
I feel like the string cheese is winning.
it is. It's sort of like saran wrap and everything else. I will tell you, I have learned, you want to sort of let them come to room temperature. Don't just get them straight out of the ice box because they won't bend near as well, and we need them to bend. There may be enough leftover cheese for some snacks. You reckon? You like cheese? Well, it is time for the stuffing to commence. We have let this warm up a little to where it is sort of pliable because it needs to bend a little. So bring it in off the crust, I'd say a tad to where we can roll it over, and we'll try to line them up here and see where we're at. And if you need one to bend more than that, just score the back side of it to where it will come around the corner a little easier. This one's gonna have to have it too. Mates, do you think you should have some of this? If there's any left, we'll see what we can work out. Now comes the part where you just do this right here. Just roll it over and try to crimp it. We want to try to seal it to where none of that cheese is leaking out. Make sure you can get it tucked. Shan come up with a pretty good idea. If you can tuck it back under the cheese itself. You can see it's not perfectly round, but I don't care. Pie aren't square, is it, Sharon? So get you a Dutch oven. This one been greased lightly, but I've learned from a long time ago from pizza people many years back. Let's give it a little sprinkling of cornmeal in the bottom. Sort of create a little barrier there at will. Well, when you get it in that Dutch oven, you've seen me give it a little more crimping on there to make sure that everything was sealed up just right. And now it really comes to your own creative magic. It does. What do you want to put in it? What do you want your toppings to be? Now, me, I have used a marinara sauce. I have used ranch dressing. And if you're looking for a really easy marinara sauce that's so good, go back and watch our meatball sub and use that. I've also used our cowboy chutney. It makes a great base to start that pizza out with. But today, what are we using? This fresh red chili roasted out there in the Hatch Valley. You can't get no more better flavor than that, folks, and it makes a great little starting point for good pizza. It don't take a whole lot, and this is your taste. Me, I don't like a whole lot, so we're probably gonna start with about 4 tablespoons and see where this gets us. When you get it to where you want it with the sauce, I'm gonna go back and put mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese, and then I'm gonna add a lot of pepperoni on there. I'm gonna give it a little shake of black coarse ground pepper to it, and then I'm gonna bake it. But this is a wide open playing field right here. Make it how you want it, but this is a 5-minute easy stuffed pizza crust. It's gonna be the best pizza you ever eat. Is a great dish if you're a beginner or if you've never even cooked anything in a Dutch oven. Pizzas are so easy to cook because you can pull that crust back a little and see what's happening on the bottom. You see me get coals, shake the ash out of them, put them around the bottom side of that Dutch oven there, about the width of that trivet on the outside, and then cover that top up pretty heavy. We need a great amount of heat because if you're cooking it in the house at 400, you need to get that Dutch oven up to about that too. So it's heavy heat top and bottom, but we will rotate the bottom one way, the lid the other to even it out with any new hot spot. What I mean by rotating there, and you see me, and you're gonna need a lid lifter. You ain't gonna bare hand that. And we have teamed up with the good folks Hasty Bake, made these lid lifters. They grab a hold well, they hold well. You're not gonna drop something. Probably the best lid lifter I ever used. You can find them there on the website. But when you get a hold of that bail and rotate the whole Dutch oven one way, then rotate the lid the opposite direction, you even out any hot spot in coals that you might have. It's really pretty basic, but just make sure you rotate more if the wind is blowing. As we're getting closer to getting done, and you can put your finger on that dough and push down there on it and see how much set up it really is. But the best way ever, get you a fork, reach down in there, pull that crust up a little to where you can look under there and see where it's at. Is it brown enough? If it is, take it off that heat and just let it go. If it's not, leave it on there a little bit longer. Be sure and check it again. Get that crust as brown as you want it. Hey, I want to thank y'all for all the prayers you've been saying for the Big, because he is better. He is the old timer in the bunch. There you go, Big. Thank you so much. Duker is a cheese master. He loves some cheese. Mage, you look really good in that picture. I don't know where anybody else is at.
They caught a rabbit.
They must have caught a rabbit and been gone. But Shan, this is your favorite pizza. And I mean, look at that cheese that pulled out of that crust right there. I'm gonna start with the crust. Oh my gosh. I mean, look up in there. Can you see in there? I can see you out the other end of it, Shan, I can. It reminds me when me and Shan was up there in Chicago during the book signing and we got to eat some of that deep dish pizza. Everybody was saying, you go to Chicago, you have to have deep dish pizza. So we're here to lose. And I don't know how many sticks of butter they got in here, but you can taste it, you can. But it makes me want to break out into the pizzeria dance. And you got to get that crust and you roll it, you toss it up in there, toss it. Don't lose it, catch it. Oh, you missed it. Fell right on the ground and the beagle got it. Well, we thank y'all for watching, but before we leave this deal, make sure you check out the events page on the website, because we have got some events coming up, we do. But it is with great pride, privilege, and honor that I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag a-flying wherever we may be. Get on in here quick, because I am going to hug you. God bless you each and every one, and I'll see you down the stuffed crust pizza trail. Great day above the grass it is, and we are so honored. Whew, that was really good too. That quick crust to be, whoop, that's a hard word. Easy pizza I'm talking about, whoop, that is wrong. God bless you each and every, whoa, man, that's ahead of schedule.